Have you ever wondered why ghosts in myths and folklore share certain strange properties across cultures? They're invisible, they pass through walls, and they don't seem to follow the same physical laws as us. But what if I told you these ideas aren't random? That our own cognition and language might be shaping how we perceive spirits? Welcome to the fascinating world of ghost physics. Coined by the anthropologist Pascal Boyer in 1994, ghost physics holds that ghost and spirit phenomena obey all the usual causal expectations for physical or social entities, with only a few exceptions that function as attention attractors. Certain of these exceptions are widespread across many cultures. Mainly, such exceptions are invisibility, or the ability to pass through walls or other solid objects. But other kinds of potential exceptions, ones that on other grounds might have equally seemed to be candidates for conceptualization as special properties, instead appear never to occur. An example of this is temporally backward causality. That is, cultural belief systems seem universally to lack a concept that a ghost can at one point in time bring about some state of affairs at a prior point in time. Think about it. No culture believes a ghost can haunt a place before they died. Why is this? Because our brains reject backward causality, as it violates our fundamental perception of time and reality. Boyer, however, had no explanation for the selection of particular exceptions that occur in ghost physics and even found them arbitrary. But here's where things get really interesting. Linguist Leonard Talmy suggests that language itself reinforces these concepts of ghostly behavior. Let's take a simple example: pointing. If you're in a room with no windows and someone asks you to point toward the nearest town, you won't trace a path through the walls and doors. You'll simply extend your arm and point directly at the location. Why? Because our brains conceptualize an invisible line emerging from our finger, passing through obstacles to reach its destination. Sounds familiar? That's exactly how ghosts are described. They move in straight lines, unaffected by walls or doors, just like our mental representations of pointing gestures. Language further cements these ideas. When we say this arrow points toward the town or past the river, we are mentally creating an invisible demonstrative path. It's as if the arrow extends a ghostly arm to its target, intangible, unbreakable by obstacles. These same cognitive structures shape supernatural beliefs, making ghosts seem intuitive, even in cultures that have never interacted. This explains why ghost stories across cultures share common elements. Whether it's the yurei in Japan, the spirits of the dead in European folklore, or ancestral ghosts in African traditions, they all have similar abilities. These patterns aren't just folklore, they're cognitive templates shaped by the way we perceive space, movement, and interaction in everyday life. So, what does all this tell us? Our supernatural beliefs, even the idea of ghosts, aren't just random. They emerge from the same cognitive systems that shape our perception, gestures, and language. Ghosts pass through walls because our brains already conceptualize invisible paths in our everyday speech and thought. Language doesn't just describe reality, it shapes it. What do you think? Have you ever considered how language might influence your own beliefs? Let me know in the comments. And if you found this mind-blowing, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more deep dives into the mysteries of language and the mind.